Throw that in there, and throw that in there. Okay, everything's set to go. Quick shout out before I start. Thank you to Rantan Tethera for the follow. Super appreciate that. Let's just go in, get her shit kicked. Ah. Or did somebody else? Yep, somebody else. Okay, great, awesome.
Who dares soul bad guy? Kai Peace. Here comes Daredevil.
I have not that much Leo experience, so this might go bad.
Man, Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, that is reach. Okay. There we go.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Okay. Oh, he crossed me off. That's my fault.
Duel 3.
At least I have a burst. I need to light punch more. Ow! I need the Leo experience so bad.
Duel 1.
What's gonna be good?
Let's rock.
Speed? Speed not good. Should have punished that better. Ah, he read me. Well, I'm not gonna get hit by that at least. No, I will. Okay, that's full screen.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
What? Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, come on. I was like mashing that out as hard as possible.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
That's overhead. That game? Yeah, okay.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
There we go. That's a good round.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
I hear you're getting SG and 5G installed. Yeah. Well, I've had 5G installed. I'm at 10G now. Gotta tap punch. Wow, that worked. Get off. Ah. Gotta block. Ah. Cross up. I would have been chipped anyway. That does not even combo. Okay. What can I do? Okay. I don't think your tweet had a link to the stream. Oh, shit, you're right, it didn't. Damn. Well, don't I feel stupid. Well, if people are genuinely curious, there is a link in my bio, so... It's okay. It wasn't gonna be a long stream or an important one, so. Can I? No, hang on. Wait, you can just... You can just... You can do that. That just... I thought you had to do a 4-hit combo before it did a wall slam. But you can just... Yeah, that was... Or maybe it's 3 hits and the 4th hit breaks it. Maybe that's why. Okay. I did not know that Roman counted as a hit, but... Hang on. How did people get those long-ass dust combos? Does kick just send them down? Hang on. Yeah, I think kick just sends them down, so... Oh, that didn't work. I don't understand how dust combos work. Maybe I'm just not understanding something fundamental. Real fans only? Yeah, basically.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh. That's 6 feet. I'm gonna get wall bounced. Yup. I guess. That didn't work. Oof.
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
You knew it. Wow, that's a hit, confirm. Sweet. Nope. Wow, that's like the most perfectly balanced performance I've ever had.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I guessed. One of these days, someone's gonna fall for it. Not a fucking punch. I got a punch. Oh. Oh. Should have faultless. I should have.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
He's doing a lot of 6P. Ah, Jesus.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, that Oki. That Oki. I'm getting red.
Let's rock.
gonna jump. And I don't have meter. Blah. I just need more Melia experience. Almost nobody plays her. I know they're obsessed with jumping, and I really need to take advantage of that. They're obsessed with jumping and cross-ups, and I should really know better.
Here comes Daredevil.
I'm not a fan of this matchup. Nago basically dominates the neutral game.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yeah, I can't even. My specials like can't even read the neutral game. He's playing properly. For the sweep. I need the sweep. No! That loser EXE, hello, welcome.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Disconnected going on here. This is not good. Not good. Not good. Got him. I knew he would do something. Oh my god, you survived. I'm doing okay, I guess. Kind of feeling blubbed from my vaccine. I gotta get him to spam those moves, because... No. No. Damn it. Fuck. I know better than this.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ow. He does not care. No.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
There we go. There's my win.
Match. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Gold bursting? What's going on?
I mean, like, you're streaming now, and I came back.
Oh, because I'm playing Guilty Gear?
Yeah, it's funny that I came back.
Ah, fucking guess right.
Nice.
First baited myself.
Oh.
Oh, yes, yes. There we go. How am I liking Strive? I really like Strive. Strive is, probably the first time that a Guilty Gear has ever actually leaned into how I play fighting games. Which is to say, low combo numbers and more on the fundamentals.
Bad at long combos.
Long-ass combos are not my thing at all.
I'm bad at doing combos that are short to begin with.
Here comes Daredevil.
You would honestly probably like Ramlethal in this game. She doesn't really need long combos, and she's just a very good all-around character.
Yeah.
Duel 1.
And like, the motions in this game have been like simplified a lot from previous Guilty Gears. Wow, see, that's what I should have expected. Ah. Ow. Game's neat. Getting blown up sucks, though. Getting blown up always will suck.
Let's rock.
gonna shoot out. Yep.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
God, that clone is just so annoying. Hit a button. Ah. The game's in a weird state. Continue to see what the DLC brings. Well, if you've been following the leaks, and the leaks are true, then we already know who the next 5 DLC characters are going to be.
Let's rock.
5 different versions of Robo-Kai.
I wish. None of the 5 characters I wanted got in. None. Oh, god damn. Gotcha. You attacked. Oh yeah, I know. I was just wondering what they'll bring, you know. I am curious to see how many season passes they do, because there's a lot of characters that people want to see that are not going to get in if the leak is true. And most of those are staple characters.
I mean, that's just the first season pass. They probably have more than one, right?
Usually, if the game is successful, they will.
Like, I think even Granblue's getting another one.
Granblue's is still getting content?
I'm sure that they're gonna find out. Man, I wish we could have gotten it on Steam so that I could have also... Oh.
Oh, come on, Soul Dude, you fucking... Ow.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
I could see them doing 3. Like, 15 extra characters is a lot. And it would be enough to satisfy most people.
Yeah, given that, they've already done 2 character passes for Granblue, they might just... I wouldn't be surprised if they did another one.
Ah,
That's
fuck.
expensive.
It would be expensive. Since, like, the first season pass is like $30.
It is. The Granblue is $30 for the first character pass and then $35 for the second one. Well, I guess I could just buy Cagliostro's.
Hi, White.
I just need Cags. That's all I need.
Castle of Cagliostro.
One day I'll watch a Lupin.
Yeah. One day, I do actually kind of want to watch that new CG one. It looks really good.
It looks very good.
Nago, why does your clone get to ignore my fucking projectile? That's so mean. Oh my god, I'm getting bullied. BB tag was the most we've had in a while. Oh no, I heard about the leaks. We're just talking about how many like season passes they plan on doing.
I could expect at least 2.
I will assume 3.
Yeah, I could see 3. Not, at least 2. But like Strive did amazing from what I'm gathering.
Strive is like one of the most successful fighting games in recent history. Like it sold better in its first week than Street Fighter 5.
Just be a lesson. No more Street Fighters. No more Street Fighters.
Yeah, definitely 2 season passes, that's for sure. Oh my god, this connection issue. I like fighting you, man, but this connection issue needs to stop. Cross off for the win. At least 5 at most, I'd say, unless they add more than 5 per pass. I think they're just gonna do 5 at a time. I think they'll probably
common
do
now,
3.
isn't it? That's like the standard.
Yeah.
5 characters per pass, and then three passes.
Yeah, basically. Because that's like an extra $90 for them.
That might be sub to the Xbox thing.
What, the Game Pass?
Yeah. There's been some stuff I've wanted to play for a bit on there.
Uh-uh.
Do you like the Xbox app? No.
Yeah, really. It's like Origin. I only use you because I have to.
I like the Game Pass. I don't like the platform upon which it's on.
Oh my god, I'm still so mad that the Mass Effect Legendary Collection still requires Origin. Ow!
Wow, so reviews are coming in about that Dark Alliance game, and it is atrociously bad, phenomenally bad. It is awful.
My route home from vaccine took me to my local GameStop, so I decided to stop by, see what they had. But I also wanted to pre-order Metroid and More Heroes, and Dark Alliance was on that TV, and I was like, isn't that the game with the terrible fucking first-person trailer?
Oh yeah, it was so bad. Such an awful trailer.
I should have followed this.
And it's I missed this type of game too. This like isometric hack and slash that isn't like a Diablo-like, but it was terrible. It's really bad. Kirby likes to do some tweets about the footage, and it looks just like a game you'd see on a TV show, like that kind of really bad looking fake.
Yeah, when they can't afford to license anything.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Ah. I'm all for like the new characters they're bringing into Guilty Gear. Like new characters are great, but we're getting a lot with this pass if they start to. Like I'm kind of surprised. And of course, like the one returning character is fucking Jam. Like Slayer, Johnny, Venom. Fucking Robokai, Viking, so many better fucking returning characters, and you pick Jam. Oh my god, he just dominates the mid game. I cannot.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh god, that fucking ruined everything. Why? No. I'm not sure if it's appropriate to ask here, sorry now. Saw your Twitter and followed. Wanted to ask you if comments were still open. Normally, yes. Right now is not the best time. Just going through some like messiness in my IRL life right now, so. Oh god, please stop. Like, I'll like if you like just DM me on Twitter, and just say like, hey, I'm interested if you're open in the future. I will keep that in mind. And when I'm open, I will absolutely let you know first. And I used to mention it at the end of all my streams before, but I've gotten kind of lazy about it. But right now I'm in the middle of just this very long-term art project with another person. It was supposed to be like one thing, but it kind of grew into a whole project. I'm only like halfway done with it, and it's been like.
Oh, you're still doing that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Because like I haven't heard you talk about it in like weeks, so I was like, oh okay, I guess that's kind of like on the back burner now, I guess.
Well, I finished the second part, which was the longest part by far so far. This part's a little bit easier because it's less work and it's more bursty, I guess. Like, because it's a bunch of small stuff and not like one big thing.
Right.
But there's still a lot of this left. But once this thing is done, I'm probably never gonna do something like that again.
Duel 1.
Yeah, that doesn't. It hasn't.
I'm just. I don't know. David Bowie was right. Don't ever do art for anybody else. You'll be miserable.
I mean, commissions don't seem bad, but it has definitely within your wheelhouse. It's probably like the suggestion.
Like, I can do like one picture for somebody, but like doing projects for my whole life would just make me miserable.
Oh yeah. Unless it's your project.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
I have to be back in a few minutes.
Ah, meteors. No, not the fishing rod. I want Goofy Faust back. I don't like Dark Faust. I don't have any Faust. You're so goofy and cheerful in the last 2 games. Do you have to lurk for a bit? Yeah, that's fine. You can lurk. No worries.
Meant. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Bananas? Ah.
Duel 2. Let's rock. Duel 3. Let's rock.
What? Ah. No. No. Oh wow. That, okay. I didn't know it did that. God damn.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
That's what we'd love to see. I should have taken advantage of the burst. Wait, that grabbed me.
Slap. 手はかけさせやがって。
Is this the Leo I fought before? Wait, he's rank 6? Did I get thrown down a rank and not know? Is the game just not telling me when it's throwing around floors?
Man. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I should have Romaned. If I Romaned, I might have been able to win.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I'm super not used to dealing with this pressure. god. Stop. Ah. Damn it. Damn it.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
No. Whoa, this guy's just on point. Yeah, that was the right choice on his part.
Let's rock.
He does it all the time. I just can't use my eyeballs. I thought for sure he was gonna throw out a slash. That's why I did the vortex. What floor am I on? Did I get shoved down to 6? No, I'm still on 7. Kai, Pirate, Anji, those giant clam.
Cool. 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 Cool.
Alright, I am done fishing.
Who dares to enter the mayhem soul bad guy? Here comes Daredevil.
I have not... I don't think I fought Nino. Besides Hive. Oh, I got burst rated. I'm dumb. Ah. I wish I was smart enough to grab her out of that. Are you gonna do it again? No. There it is. That's the pro move, baby. And then I get
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Fighting Eno is scary, man. Even when they're like an okay Eno, it's like I get worried. It crossed me off. God damn it.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Whew.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Do you think that guy knows that that's a command grab super that just goes off anyway? Oh. God damn.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh. Yeah. It's like that.
dares to enter the mayhem? Soul bad guy. Zato 1.
Kind of want to mess with Zato a little bit.
Kai Keys.
Never quite got the footing for it. Yeah. The closest I ever got to playing Zato as a main was playing Elizabeth in Persona 4 Arena. That was a not fun experience, I'll tell you that. How does Eddie come out? Oh, I didn't know Zato kind of teleport. Yeah, I think Zato's just not jabbing with me. Something really weird about the way he plays.
Who dares to enter the mayhem?
You know, I've never tried Chip, ever.
Kai Keys.
Apparently a bunch of Japanese players think Chip is, like, really good. It's a slash. It's heavy slash.
Here comes Daredevil.
I got beef in Icor?
Man. Duel 1. Let's rock.
重いですね。すみませんね。はい。失礼です。重いです。遅いです。
Oh.
遅いです。狙います。遅いです。チャンス。
Ah, faultless defense, no.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
遅いです。重いですよ。無用心ですね。行きます。無用心ですね。重いです。本当にです。行きます。安息。行きます。遅い。そうですね。狙います。すみません。重
Ow.
Slap.
Giovanna has nice colors. I only like a couple of her colors, honestly.
まあね、ジャガーに毛が生えた程度だったけど。
Duel 1. Let's rock.
狙います。
Oh my god, did you see how much that one block raised my wrist gauge?
静寂を保つ。ブロース。さて、飛びる。痛いのいきます。では。よし。
オタクはやれ。
That was probably the smartest move someone made. Most people just jump and then nothing happens.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
重いですよ。すみませんね。
That was the luckiest spacing. Ah, that was just dumb.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
遅いです。すみません。
Ah.
遅いです。ダメ。ここはイグアスじゃないんだよ。
Duel 1. Let's rock.
狙います。すみません。狙います。すみません。遅い。
It's not really. Hit ball broke.
痛いのいきます。
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Ah. Ah. Gotcha.
Slap. 退屈させる。
How do you do... Oh, there it is. I'm not gonna get enough time to mess around with Chip on stream, I don't think. Oh, it's the same person. I guess they want a rematch.
Match. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Stop falling for it. Stop falling for it.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh, this is gonna be the most satisfying. Oh. I'll take the trade. I'll take the trade.
Man. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Hello, I'm back.
Hi. No, stay in the corner.
Hello. Yeah. Came back. To laugh at us.
Why would I like to?
Because I am a fool.
In what way?
In many ways.
I do hear the sounds of tilting.
Quickly clack down the track. Wait, you're a fool. So does that mean you're a Joker? As in from the
Oh
hit
my
series
God.
Persona 5?
I thought you were gonna say we live in a society next.
Oh no, no. I wouldn't do that. Awful. I'm in block 39. Okay.
Ow.
I'm gonna swap to force for this. Oh, that fighters at 20.
I actually ended up having to do 2 more cocoons to get to the necessary.
You got there, that's what matters.
The, that Bijou one, I could get 5 stars on, I just to not get hit too many times.
Yeah, that one's fun though. I actually really like that one. It's probably my favorite. I did it on force and I think I 5-starred it, which made me feel good about. Like, I smoked him on force. Oh no, I did on double saber. I think by then I swapped the double saber and I really just like took him to 10. I should try it on force.
I mostly just wasn't too familiar with the moves.
His moves are annoying until you see them enough and then they make sense a lot.
What block?
39. For what it's worth, Zaf, Crippers go down in an hour. Yes,
I don't have anything to
else.
do in Peace Let's Hear.
Okay, good.
I've done all my dailies, I've done all my weeklies, I got my prize ticket.
Good, good. Okay.
All I want is this EQ.
Match. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Do I actually need to be out there at the destination?
No, no, you don't.
No,
In
you,
fact, you need to be in the same zone as me.
遅いです
You want to be in the city. Basically, I can make us do anything, any instance from any part of the map, but we all have to be in the same area when we do it.
うるさいな
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Never said if they're putting up another scrap.
I think they already confirmed we would be getting one this time.
They haven't like told us what's in it.
They probably would. Oh no, it's gonna be the wedding one.
行きます
They haven't told us what's in it though. Like the list of stuff.
That's true. They have. They probably will over the patch.
I just want to know.
Yeah, I'm excited to know too.
I want a list.
I want that long hair for sure, and that same outfit that goes with that hair, and that's probably it.
oh,
Well, maybe when I see the full list or no. Won't make anything else. Five minutes, okay. 5 minutes.
Here comes Daredevil.
yeah, I don't think there's gonna be another character that I'm gonna like playing as much as Soul. Which is, I don't know, a little frustrating. It'd be nice to have an alt I can switch to when I don't feel like it's a good matchup or something.
Well, there's
Yeah.
always DLC to look forward to.
Duel 1.
Well, DLC to expect at this point, considering the leaks.
It
I
feels
feel like we
fair
don't
to
even
play.
need leaks to know DLCs come out.
行きます
Craig. Craig. Craig, run at me. I'm gonna invite him. He found me.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
重いです狙います狙いますどこでも
This is bad.
すいません飛びますシュッと
You burst me in my fucking dust, you asshole!
すみませんここですかね狙います飛びます飛びます
I love the bird tail share.
Made that and the wings big.
They're so big.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
That's what every fighting game needs. More Tengus.
More Tengus? They put a
Yeah.
Tengu in DOA and it was one of the most frustrating characters I ever seen.
Oh god, she's the best. She's awful to fight against. The only reason, like, Kirby hated when I played her. It's a good thing I didn't main her. Oh, there's a dude Tengu?
Yeah, he's from one of the older ones.
Oh, I just remember freaking Miu Tengu. She's funny, because she has,
No,
like,
this dude was
a
just called
combo.
Tengu.
Okay.
He's like a really fucking big dude. He's a boss character. Look at this, just want to practice against Soul. That's true. A lot of people don't like Soul.
Oh no. Am I gonna crash? Or is it the servers?
Let's see, change goes from Dead or Alive 2, Dead or Alive 4, and Dead or Alive 2.
Looks like we're also getting by the way, I'm pretty sure I crashed and the game is just frozen. I saw it already. Might need to tell. Right then.
White, does Code hate Soul as much as the rest of the community does? That is true. She is playing like Ram, and Ram just like dominates Soul in the neutral.
So all those like getting classes to 60 stuff, that actually is going to be after this path. Yeah, the game just was.
This match is over. Fuck you!
Nice.
Code does have a force. Code does think he's a force in stride though. Like everybody thinks he's like one of the best, if not the best character. Oh, finally! Floor 8 is mine.
Is this the highest you've gotten?
Yeah, it's the floor I keep going to and then I get kicked out of.
You came to the
this
wrong
is my
neighborhood.
third time. My third time getting to floor 8. And I'm gonna fight some stupid Kai again. A third Kai is gonna kick me out of floor 8 again.
You just like step into floor 8 and 3 Kai Kisuke's just proceed to like knock you onto the ground and kick you over and over till you fall down. 69 or 39?
30.
Okay, I'm right there.
How do I find like the friends list?
Communication.
Yeah.
How do I queue us up for this?
Just go to the world map and go select it on the map and just press it.
How do I bring up the world map, I guess?
Start world and then yeah, that's it. Or escape. And there we go. I didn't realize it was this one. I thought it was Petas.
It's Dragon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Dragon.
Well, apparently if I try to use shit to the band right here, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, because it needs. It's only 30 seconds after the match starts.
Oh my god, that's just a button press?
What's the time? Oh man, did it work? Oh, okay, never mind, we're good.
That's just his punch?
What happened?
So I know Axel Low is a keep away character. And usually you have to do, like, in every other game I played, like, keep away characters have to do, like, motions to do their really long reaching stuff. Axel's
Yeah.
standing punch is just throwing his sickle out like halfway across the screen.
His sickles, sick-o sickle.
His sicko sickles.
They announce another forces, so you can do sicko mode too.
They do need to make Sonic Forces 2 where I only play sicko mode. Oh no, it's a Nago. I did not want to fight a Nago or Kai as my first person in 8th floor. I'm gonna get owned. I'm gonna get owned so hard.
Who would you have been fine fighting?
Most of the other characters.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why I use Gunflame against Nago. He does not care about Gunflame. He's not impressed. Like, I don't know where Nago is in the tier list, because nobody actually can make up their mind about that, but Nago scares me. I've fought a good Nago, and he scares me.
Nothing scares me, but this man does.
It's that comic with the guy with the shirt, no fear, and then the next panel would be Nago,
Yeah.
and then he says one fear. Ugh.
No.
No blood.
I cannot believe that 6 speed worked.
So what is 6P?
So, do you know what numpad motions are? Numpad
Yes.
notation is? Okay. 6P is forward and punch. Forward and punch in Guilty Gear is a universal anti-air.
Okay. So that would explain why I see people talk about 6P and Guilty Gear.
Yeah, it's everybody's universal anti-air. It has upper body invincibility, so nobody can hit your top half when you're doing it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
touch him to the ground.
Oh god, I've never seen this. Okay, he's back.
He's dead now. I'm just gonna assume slipping into the ground is what killed it.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
Now if only the dragon could slip into the ground.
That'd be nice. I actually don't like fighting dragon that much, it's annoying.
Oh, we got a health bar?
Yeah, this is every EQ. Oh, sorry, you haven't done an EQ, sorry. Yes. You get a health bar, and that bar below is the break gauge. So we can, and breaks are different than downs. Specifically during breaks, they will take double damage. And all damage contributes to breaks.
I'm back with Mickey D's. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm getting owned by Nago on 8th floor, and I'm gonna lose my 8th floor because of this Nago.
Oh, this thing. Again.
Ugh, just
Put this on.
Hey, got it.
What'd you get?
Oh, I've gotten really good at parrying that one explosion because no one can like break it in time.
oh,
I didn't even know there was something to break.
Eventually he will. Oh shoot, he's doing laser.
damn, god
Ah,
damn. Nago does not care. All my specials mean nothing to this man. God, fuck. Got the achieve for instant block. Yeah, it's the achievement for blocking, instant blocking 100 times, which I have always done on accident.
No, you're supposed to say you're really great at it.
I think Koda's in trouble with Nago. Yeah, it's just, like Nago, like nobody knows where Nago is right now. I've seen people say he's like one of the worst characters. I've seen people say he's one of the best characters. Like, all I know is that as a solo player, Nago doesn't give a shit. Gunflame, he doesn't give a shit. Vortex, he doesn't give a shit. Bandit Revolver or Bandit Bringer, he ain't giving a fuck. That dude is just gonna poke me with his sword and call it a day. Nago has better shit to do than to deal with Soul's bullshit.
Oh, I'm really dumb. I've been using ice, but I kind of forgot this is not the right other version. I'm supposed to be using Sunday.
Yeah, I was saying earlier I had to put Sunday on my car.
At least it's not Extreme Boss Nago. Didn't Axel have some charge moves? Does he have charge moves? I don't know jack shit about Axel. This is literally the first game I've ever even touched Axel.
Okay, this is when you do double damage. This is a special condition where he's
Oh my
down
god, it's
for
the
much
same
longer.
Nago. Oh, this man's gonna kick me off a floor and he's gonna make sure I stay down.
Duel 1. Let's drop.
No, I'm dumb. Yeah, smart anti-air. Oh, that fucking swing. Connection, please. Connection, please.
Gosh dang it.
Gold pursuit? Ow. Oh my god, connection, please. No. I don't think that'll kill me, but oh, he Roman. All right.
I'm gonna do jump back and do a laser after this turn.
Kicks the router. Oh god.
Duel 1. Let's drop.
No, you don't. Shut up. Oh, this Naga was about to do something and I saw his button. So I supered him.
Nice.
I haven't won yet, because he's not dead.
Wow, he has so little health.
Got him. Okay. I got a round. Now I just have to do it again.
Repeat your victory once more with feeling.
Oh. Okay,
Wait,
fancy.
God. Never coded how these freaking this targeting works as a jerk.
No. Ow. Oh, he knew I was gonna do the kick. Ah, oh, damn it. No. No. Yes!
You did it.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Nearly kicked Zafra out of floor 8. He might. He still might.
Oh, come on! Ah. Oh. I had macro last second double fireball.
Gotcha.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
You know, Slayer gave Soul his name. It was Slayer. You know, I knew it was one of the characters who gave Soul his name, but I thought it was like Raven.
Cool.
Learned that from the GGPD game. I've forgotten. I was reminded. I think I learned it from Wooly's Heaven or Hell series. Oh, speaking of heaven or hell, I was driving home from the vaccine thing, and I had to take the highway for a bit, and there was a big, like, you know how, like, some, like, very, like, extreme Christian groups will put up those, like, do you want to be saved by Jesus or whatever?
Yeah.
I saw one, and all it had was heaven or hell on it. I was like, yeah!
Network.
I do have that stamp.
Nice. I like that
How do I
stamp.
go back to Central City?
E. It'll tell you on the right.
Oh, it kicked me back down to 7. Yeah, see, I told you. He was still gonna kick me back down.
Aww.
They will not let me stay in 8.
Welcome.
Back to the grind.
Are you ready?
I need Leo practice.
Was that all your weeklies done, Cher?
Yeah.
Cool.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh, I thought I couldn't.
Duel 1. Let's rock. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Every time.
手間かけさせやがって。Duel 1. Let's rock. Like EnVtuber.
Oh.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Whew.
Doing alright there.
It's hard.
Fighting games are hard, that's why I don't play them.
You play so many other games, like, you're the one who's like, oh, I've already mastered Etoile's, like, 17 rotations.
Well, they're easy. The only hard one was maybe Double Sabers. Double Sabers was kind of weird. But it was good.
Are you ready?
Also, at least with PSO2, I just push a button for a combo rather than had to remember like directional inputs and like 3 or 4 different other buttons to press with those. No, it's so much.
I really need to get Strive. I'm kind of surprised you don't have Strive already, White. You can string several combos along in PSO2 though.
Yeah.
I think PSO2 is harder to learn than like half the fighting games I've played.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what. I feel like if I had any mind for combos, I'd have less trouble with fighting games.
What is harder, Soul vs Nago matchup or Tsukuyomi EX? I've only done Tsukuyomi like once. That was like when it was current content. I don't usually get invited along to like Savage and stuff. People like usually don't. And at the time, like everybody I was playing with was like, half our FC are tanks. You don't get to tank. I've talked to people before about how hard it is for me to be a tank in literally any endgame content. And they're like, what are you talking about? Everywhere I look, like, we always need tanks. It's like you weren't part of my FC. Half the FC was a tank.
Apparently, I'm looking under different rocks.
And that's the thing, like... So it always does largely depend on like the group that you play with, but yes, universally, tank is the thing that that group struggle the most to find because people don't want to tank. Even though I would say, arguably, that tanking in 14 is probably one of the easiest roles in it.
I think healers have the hardest.
Yeah, healer seems like the most difficult in raiding Savage, right?
I mean, I guess the person. Like you're.
It's like you're managing your team's health and basically taking in mind whatever mechanics coming next in terms of party health when you have to heal, when you don't have to heal, which I feel is the most like the hardest thing to learn, as well as also DPSing at the same time as much as you can. Whereas like, DPS is like, I just do this rotation, bang, 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 bang.
I'll say it very much depends person to person. And I do know that for myself, like, I don't consider it that rough largely because, you know, I'm feeling anyways. There's, I think it's always going to be very difficult.
Block May. You gotta block if you want to win fighting games.
But I do feel that 14, even from the start, it's always been a lot simpler than like. Well, I guess taking a lot of modern heavyweights, just in general, is a lot simpler. When I think about too, like tanking in WoW, because I did play around with the tank during like Legion during the time, during the short time that I played that. And like, playing a tank there was so different from how it was in like old WoW. You know, playing TBC now, where like you actually see threat issues come up, which honestly wasn't a thing that happened in Legion most of the time. You just kind of mash out your highest threat abilities and normally you have everything. And that's something that normally just comes from over time, just standardizing things, kind of adding more quality in life or something like that. But there's also just a lot of issues you run across with like in general, which is just how really are just better certain aspects than other classes, because by design they do that to try and make them stick down. But you end up seeing it with the tanks there. Paladin tanks in TBC are very good at AoE threat. They are the best all around. Because they don't really do a whole lot of AoE threat to like Druid and Warrior. And in more modern times, they actually do provide more threat. Kind of not create that situation where you feel like you greatly desire a certain tank or need like certain roles and stuff in order to like successfully do stuff. I know people always get upset over like the marginalization of classes and MMOs, which I can understand why, because you can start having to spread things around to help better accommodate positions you do create a situation where, you know, a lot of people start to then just feel a lot more safe. Like, a great feeling, but I also see why they do it, because it sucks in old games. Certain classes you just don't want to class. You don't bring to the table what other classes do.
With polished sort of like focus tested games and like heavy balance, you often do end up with homogenization. Yeah,
because when you're trying to create a situation where like you don't create where you don't feel like you need to have certain things, you know, it's because it's like it's one of the things that I understand.
I shouldn't even like dash. I should just air dust. Yeah. I love beating up small childs.
they're called children's.
am I not just Shoryukening like every single fucking time?
Realized on the one that Evo has, there's like this random, or no, oh, that Alpha. Okay, I see what.
Eh?
This piece on the right hip. Oh, it's probably the same with the tip too. Is, you know, actually like a separate thing that's detached from that outfit. So, you know, when I go to this,
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
this is
That's
not-
it, dude.
okay. Well, I was thinking, oh, why is there this random bit? And then oh wait, it's something that's clipped.
Ah. No. Go to sleep, May.
I mean, in general, at least in a game like 14, solo players don't really get to access much of the content. I mean, when you most major MMOs, the idea is like for groups of players doing
I think that's
definitely. Yeah, like that's definitely the point of the game, is that there is going to be a party setup that has certain roles, sometimes of different sizes, that will build to the content. And the idea is to play your role well. It's the question of balance comes into, well, how does this class play its role compared to other classes? Are there some classes that are better at that role to basically making those other classes undesirable, which has happened a few times. There's been a case of when Machinist first came out, where people thought it was so atrocious that people getting kicked out of parties because they thought it was not even worth bringing.
I've always done when people do that. There's never been a class was so bad that it was unnatural.
Yeah, it's
Or Machinist and Astrologian wasn't that great, but they still had very good utility for what they were.
Yeah, Machinist utility, even when it was bad class, was like really good.
Like Machinist and Astrologian, there's a reason why when they got buffed, people's tune changed very quickly, and they just wanted those all the time. Because the utility was, you know, very good, and once the classes, like, didn't feel as much garbage to people as they were, it's just like, well, why wouldn't we just do those? Like, when they... It's especially funny to think about, too, because, you know, starting with, the third tier standard is when Astrologian kind of really became a very strong and powerful class that everybody wanted. And that's when you really start getting really heavy into the thing of just people being like, well, why would you ever bring a white mage? They bring totally. But why I'm Black Shadowbringers, they really, you know, buffed their output.
I will say, I guess I just wanted to answer Nova back that at least in 14, there's never a case where you can't just play what you want to play, though. There's been cases where some balance was iffy, but never to the point where you couldn't just play whatever you wanted. Yeah.
The worst it ever got was that Machinist incident. No, actually, no. The worst it ever got was back in 2.0 when Warrior literally couldn't tank.
Warrior was in a rough spot in the beginning, and they did buff it up, and then people started bringing Paladin and Warrior to all their groups. But I remember someone on my group one time actually thinking about that and finding out that after Warriors got buffed, if people kind of had tanks back then that they didn't have, probably would have just run up Warrior with no Paladins at that. Instead, people realized how important.
It's kind of ridiculous that I know there's been a case where Paladins were brought along to be the better DPS for a bit because of Sword Oath and how that worked. Is that like I think it was like during Heavensward era.
I thought Heavensward was Paladin was garbage.
People did not like Paladin.
I forget which one it is. I know at some point there was a bit where you would use Sword Oath. Oh, was it? Oh, no. And to answer Nova, or sort of answer, like, I agree that 14 has over-homogenization of classes, but that's a modern MMO problem.
That is a modern MMO problem.
That's what happens when you have a genre that needs to keep balance so tight, or else players will not want to play anymore. And you have a combat system, so that's sort of like, what's the word for curated? Like battles that are that curated and like focused. You end up having the need to homogenize the classes a bit. Like all the caster DPS need to have certain tools. All the physical melee DPS need to have certain tools. All the range physical need to have certain tools. All the heal. I guess they're gonna split into shield healers and regen healers now, and they're gonna need specific tools for each.
Honestly, it's something they need you to do.
Oh yeah.
Be a balanced message.
Yeah, that's something that's been a long time coming.
Yeah, like, as much as I like how different groups can be, you know, playing DVC servers, like, it's fun how different classes can be, but then it brings back a lot of memories of how awful it actually also is, because, like,
yeah,
there's a reason why in WoW classes started getting modernized so much, and it's because you started getting situations where you had groups stacking so many of not even just specific classes, but specific specs of that class.
oh my gosh.
It was common for like a 40-man raid or a 25-man raid group in Burning Crusade to have like 5 resto shop or something.
Yeah.
And you know, that's ridiculous when you have, you know, like 8 or 9 classes with 3 specs each, and already a 5th of your raid is composed of 1 specific spec.
Sort of answer Nova there. I think the reason that it's not necessarily that the structure of the fights are so homogenized, it's that when you have like a really tight balance on the structure of fights, you also need to have tight balance on the classes. Like a lot of the Savage fights in 14 get very exacting about what kind of healing you need, what kind of like utility you need at certain points, and if you don't have enough of that, you're gonna have a much harder time to the point where some stuff is gonna be doable. And if every class didn't have the right tools for that, then it wouldn't be doable. I don't know how to word this better, but it's not just that the combat kind of gets, or the combat design gets somewhat homogenized. It's mostly that the balance on a lot of the content is incredibly tight. 14 for Savage stuff, which does mean that it like combat like actual class balance ends up being really homogenized too.
Also, this is I feel like part of why class design is more homogenized than other is also just a player issue because of how much players like. You
There's
know,
a lot of. If I can guess. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna guess what you're gonna say.
I was just gonna say, because you know, people get so big on population and mess and stuff. Like, you know, old TBC stuff and WoW, you didn't stack multiple restore shops. It's just when people want to start maxing and stuff, there's no reason not to. Is the thing. Like some things are just so much more functional. In certain cases and stuff like that, that like, you know, high end stack, and I feel like as time has gone on, it's become more and more of an issue where, you know, the desire for class and stuff has really kind of spread throughout the general player basis. Because, you know, this is something you see right now on those classic servers where people know how good stuff like Resto Shaman and how good Warlocks are going to be, and suddenly there's just tons of Resto Shamans and Warlocks out there right now. Because people have been really trying to hammer into others like, hey, if you want to guarantee spot rate, be one of these because they're going to want you. and suddenly these people can't find their guaranteed spot in the raid because everybody else is doing it too.
That does bring the point that,
Yeah, like,
and
we've
you
had...
mentioned it earlier, is that people get too obsessed with having the perfect setups to the point where they will push out classes that they don't think is good enough, when really very few things on 14 need specific classes, or like you don't, there were very few times when like, oh, you couldn't bring a Machinist, or you couldn't bring a Paladin or Dark Knight without still being able to clear.
Like,
Sorry.
we've had discussions before about the roles, the Holy Trinity, and MMOs without roles and stuff.
Oh, Guild Wars?
Yeah, it's that, Destiny, Warframe, PSO2 in a sense. Well, PSO2 OGS mainly.
New Genesis.
New Genesis actually leans into roles, which I like, because as I've said, I like roles.
It'd be nice if they did lean in a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Hunter
okay.
can tank.
It's okay for what it is now. It's just there's not much there. So.
Yeah. Sorry for breaking your train of thought there.
I'm trying to think where I was even going, honestly.
You're going with classes and the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, it's just like I can understand someone looking at 14's classes and being like they're too homogenous. Like that's not a point that I disagree with entirely.
Yeah.
I think really what's going to separate classes for people is the nuances of them and not like what they do. Like, yeah. You might see like in EX raid, you might see any number of melee DPS do a specific thing in a raid, but like that person's not playing Dragoon to do the mechanic. They're doing Dragoon because they want the Dragoon feel. Like what separates 14 classes from each other is their feel, and not so much like the fact that like, oh, you have like 5 different melee classes. Well, they're 5 different melee classes that have different tempos to them.
And like I wanted to bring up every casting class feels very different from each other. Red Mage doesn't feel like
Red Mage and Black Mage are night and day.
And then nothing feels like Summoner by comparison. That also feels really weird and different. Like they all play very differently.
Sorry.
It's still a role.
Void, it didn't like you saying try hard because it thought it was bullying. Okay, now it doesn't like you saying fuck.
Please stop bullying us. Please no bully.
Duel 1.
Please no bully. To bring up, I guess, the downside of, and you were kind of hinting at it, when you don't really have nice tightly balanced classes, you end up with early MMO garbage that is nostalgic and bad too. Like I can definitely feel like, oh man, I kind of miss. A good example I can feel of is like City of Heroes. I played like an energy blaster for a while, but people really hated that because the class would often knock stuff out of groups all the time, and knockback was obnoxious.
Knockback is obnoxious.
Like it messes with me, but I still like playing it.
Streaming last time.
Yeah.
With Muni's tornado thing.
Yeah. And then also I eventually switched to Beastbringer, which also had another issue of like it's really hard to give that class any role because it tries too hard to be a hybrid in an MMO that has roles. So that was like a case of this is fun for me, but this is kind of bad because no one really like can use this class much in actual endgame content without feeling like you're just not helping that much. WoW ran into it.
Anchor just ignores my gun flame. Ow.
There was... I was thinking about there is definitely a fair complaint to be made about at least the general content of 214 is probably going to feel very samey across the board because they have established a very kind of mechanics that the users don't, and they don't like to experiment a lot with the content that they consider to be like kind of more personal content, the stuff that is meant to be for the larger part of the player to play, because I think they're afraid of scaring people off. You know, i.e. what happened with Glorious. And so you do see some really experimental stuff that happen in these stuff that is basically exclusive to American. So like, you know, your last fight of a Savage Tier Ultimate Fight, they do lots of very weird and interesting things in those fights that I would love to see them be willing to experiment more with their general content. Because yeah, people who just do a lot of the standard content is probably going to feel very samey.
It does feel very samey when you can't get organized for group stuff.
Because there's some really interesting things you try to do with like their end of tier Savage fights. And you know, even amongst other Savage fights too, they might experiment certain things. And the Ultimate Fight is actually having lots of really interesting stuff that goes on there.
Ah, I do not like her jumping attack.
I don't remember much about Stormblood Dark Knight. I don't know much about Dark Knight in general outside of it. It's still ridiculous that Blackest Night is a level 70 skill. They need to make it a lower level because it's such an important part of the
It's so important to their kit.
Because I have at least leveled Dark Knight, so I know how big of a difference like Blackest Night makes.
Not having Blackest Night is so fucking terrible. I hate it. Oh, I got hit. What the fuck? With what? What did I get hit with? I miss Dark Arts. I'm a little I don't miss Dark Arts because it got stupid. Like in Heaven's Word it was okay because it felt like a decision. In Stormblood it was like, just hit this button, every other move, just hit this button. And it got just so redundant that it felt pointless and it didn't feel unique at all. I like Dark Arts in Heaven's Word. I hated it in I hate everything they did in Stormblood, honestly. I hate that expansion so fucking much. That expansion was just like, what if we made every class just pointlessly difficult for no fucking reason?
In regards to them, I don't like that they also trim down the class quest, but that's because they also keep adding 2 classes every expansion, and adding a whole quest line every time.
I think
is definitely cutting into how much like dev time that they have to spare, because they definitely keep adding more content every year too, that they keep wanting to keep like relevant. Like, and they've essentially expanded on the relic quest and mashed it into the Eureka stuff in a very good and expansive way, and some stuff is going to give in the end.
So I think the reason they did so much trimming this expansion was because they wanted to like restructure the classes entirely. I think Endwalker is not going to do that much trimming, if any at all.
Yeah, like I think they've already set up the structure.
Yeah.
More compartmentalized and stuff, so to speak. Yeah, what I said there is that is one of the issues that comes up with them, because like, they make changes to Are you ready? Past that makes is
You're cutting in and out. Sorry.
You're cutting out a good chunk.
Plays the story a lot. Almost every expansion has totally gutted the quest line with at least one job, and I'm talking they don't make any sense, and they're either boring or impossible.
Yeah, basically, like, you know, how as classes have get new abilities and move abilities around and stuff, or remove certain abilities. You get those class quests that were centered around certain abilities, or like were very clearly designed and they did using certain abilities that have changed or don't exist anymore. I assume is what we're talking about. Which is very much a thing that happens. This is why, as a general thing, like, I think they need to go through all the classes and actually like restructure their list of abilities, like when they get them and stuff.
Yeah.
Then they could fix things like Dark Knight. It really needs to be like changed.
That's a different issue where they have to trim down how abilities work because they keep adding new abilities every expansion, and if they try to keep it between about 2.5 to 3 rows of abilities without like bogging down people too much.
They try to keep it around like 24.
Yeah, because anything more than that, and it gets too much. So they constantly have to.
And then you get WoW bullshit.
They have to trim abilities.
I'm not a fan of.
And then they also have to rearrange stuff to actually make more sense. Like, because Scholar didn't have an Asuna type ability until
Scholar didn't
got it at 30. I think it was. Oh yeah, 35. Yeah, it definitely made it annoying in lower levels, and that's why like a lot of abilities get shifted around and moved, is because they didn't design them well to start with, and they fixed that later. But they also never bothered to fix certain class job abilities, I guess, like evolving around certain things. That's what Nova's getting at.
I think part of the thing about when at our people that build our capacities, they probably also feel like people expect skills and stuff all the time. This is why and why you keep seeing them over the years, like restructure classes so much and restructure how their talents work and how their skills and all that stuff work. Like, but they keep feeling the need to reinvent things, I guess is the best way to put it.
No! If they know they're adding more and they're already at a capacity, then they're gonna have a problem. I honestly think like one of the things they should do is just take the 1-2-3 combo that like every melee job and tank job has and just make it a one button. Like in PvP. They do it in PvP. It would save like 2 buttons. I've talked to people about this before, and a lot of people don't like that because they're like, oh, well now it's work. It's like, it just makes it easy mode. It's like, it's just 1-2-3. It's 1-2-3. You're doing it all the time.
And I think a large part of why they will not make that change is because of a lot of people don't want them to.
But like,
and I also think it kind of causes its own issues too sometimes if you have any class that may find themselves in situations where they do need to interrupt those combos, but like because of that that can be a problem. There's definitely been cases where at least things like Monk Red Mages in particular find themselves in situations like in game time where they do need to like interrupt.
Some MMOs do that. What Nova's bringing up. Some MMOs will some games will specifically limit you to like 10 abilities or 5 abilities or something like that. Which I think is interesting, but I don't always like when games do that. I don't like feeling constrained. But I do get that. Nova's saying like, what if your skill is about where you put every single thing and just more like which ones you bring?
Where you put your skills?
No, like, rather like, maybe limiting how many skills you can bring.
Oh,
Instead
limited.
of, like,
Oh,
being
like
enough.
limited. Okay, limited bars.
Yeah.
But basically, Blue Mage.
Like Blue Mage, but in what I've seen other guys is like Wildstar had a limited action set. The Secret World had a limited action set. I don't think it's a bad idea. I haven't seen anyone really do it in a way that's like, oh, I prefer this now. Because I don't know, like 14 doesn't have that complicated of classes outside of like maybe a few.
Oh, I really hate when you have more skills than you need rather than.
Yeah, having more skills than you need is annoying. And
It's the worst MMO prop. Like, Tor has it, and I freaking hate it. WoW has it, from what I understand. I didn't play too much WoW, and I didn't. Old WoW did. Okay,
More
got it.
WoW generally doesn't have that issue.
That's
But this
good.
is actually a thing I was talking about before, that it's one of those kind of more design things that, personally, I actually kind of like conceptually. I playing, so I talked about on TBC as Shaman. Old Shaman has just way too many totems. And there's so many totems you never use for most situations, which is also kind of nice. Having just all this alternative stuff that you can just use for different situations and stuff. And it's definitely a thing that, like, the design of the game be made to accommodate as well, to actually create this situation. I had kind of a problem with 14, where certain things did cut out, unfortunately the content was never designed with themes, such things in mind. You know, like, remember when, like, White Mage and Black Mage used to have sleep?
Oh yeah. I don't think there's a difference between maybe having a few too many and the garbage that was like early WoW and Tor, where you would get the same ability but better later on, or just slightly better, or like a little different but mostly better, and you just get various abilities that just like were clogging your bar that you often would just never need.
I think Nova is more not just the like different rankings of a single ability, but more specifically a bunch of different abilities. Like maybe you have a few core spells and then you just have like, a ton of different spells in each class or something.
Yeah.
come on.
Some of that was, I guess it depends, but the few times I've seen it, I don't really like it. I kind of agree that conceptually, I think it's neat, but
It's
in
a neat
practice,
idea.
it just sucks in practice, because a lot of times, like, there was a lot of stuff that would never get used, and it's dumb to have a skill that they don't improve or like trim when it could, like, when they can.
Yeah.
A good example was Blizzard 2 was worthless.
Blizzard 2 is worthless.
Like,
hey, as an old scholar, I would greatly disagree with that. There was a time
that's true.
Was our
But it was, but it was dumb that you had to do that, I guess is what I mean. Like, it felt kind of awkward. Like,
I wonder if I still have Blizzard 2 still. I know I have
more TF2 weapons, situational, not better or worse.
Are you ready?
I don't know enough.
That is what
I don't know enough about TF2. But in that regard, there's nothing I can really contribute.
okay, I gotta go put Cookie in and stuff like that. I'll be back.
Skill buff, then
Mankind knew
buff
they cannot change society.
applies here,
instead
counter
of
for like the
reflecting on
harshest
themselves,
possible move.
they blame the beast. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ow! That super is so fast.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Fuck. I don't have enough RAM experience. And I don't want to fight Code. Code will just trash me.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh. Ow.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
It's terrible fighting games. Let's see who can half. Ah, I always forget it goes above. I need to remember that I have Fat Moon. Fram doesn't have any cores, she's very easy to challenge. You can mash out a lot of stuff. Struggles heavily against your pressure.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, she can delay that, okay. Oh. Can be challenged. I don't want to challenge it. It seems scary. Ugh. Ah. Yeah, that's not safe. Shouldn't do that. should not do that.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
そうお願いで上に貫くお願いお願い
Every time.
Slap.
私は強いだけ
5p, 2p whiffs. Everything I love. Flow chart. Utility or give classes new flavors are cut for being suboptimal or adding clutter. I'm trying to think of like a skill that was cut from 14. Oh, yeah, there was one, but it was because they were getting rid of evasion stuff. I was really mad when they took out Dark Dance. I can't. I don't know. Like the thing about dark arts, and like other than the stuff I mentioned before, like the other reasons that I'm not really mad that that move is gone is because they replaced it with 2 abilities. So instead of having dark arts, we now have 2 attack abilities. A single target or an AoE. And I think weaving those feels more fun to me personally. Man, it will not connect me to other people. What the hell is going on?
Are you ready?
Works exactly the same way. You hit Edge of Shadow or Flood of Shadow whenever you can, as soon as you can. That's it. At least in Stormblade, you have the question of which moves to boost, or the challenge of balancing your MP, so you could boost almost everything at high levels. So I think in theory they wanted Dark Arts to be a choice. I think that's what they wanted. But literally every single like raid guide I read for Dark Knight was basically amounted to use Dark Arts every time, all the time. that you should never not be using dark arts. So you would have this rotation that was basically just dark arts attack, dark arts attack, dark arts attack. Plus, like the new moves, Flood of Darkness and Edge of Darkness, they now serve to keep your, oh god, what's it called? Dark side up.
Are you ready?
You are more like two people in Stormblood Reigns than you are in Shadowbringers Endgame, where you can actually literally be two people. I never felt like two people as a Dark Knight. Like, being able to summon Frey and all is cool, but, like, I never felt like I was playing, like, two characters or anything.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock. Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Like I was saying, I have such a negative emotional feeling about Stormblood and like everything. I can't think of a single class that I played in Stormblood where I was like, oh yeah, I like this better. Like Machinist offended me with how they changed it. Because they took a mechanic that is universally understood and then they made it wrong. If I still play pure solo, I'd probably quit right there. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like Dark Knight is complete right now, but I feel like it's heading in a better direction.
I'll say out of the tanks, I feel like Dark Knight probably got the most stuff out of the Shadow Bringers.
That would make sense considering it's the poster boy of the expansion.
And I do believe they'll amend that in some way and expand on it a bit more and more personally.
I mean, I miss a lot of the abilities, like Dark Passenger and Delirium, and like having the two separate combos was something that I missed, and I'm kind of sad it's gone. I'm happy that like Flood of Darkness and Edge of Darkness exist because I feel like they add a little bit of variety as something. Because I love melee classes that can weave like that. Like it's why I like Gunbreaker because they have combination. I just wish. Oh God, raid what? Oh, hello, Wurzy. Thank you again for the raid.
Wins.
Hi, Esk. Have you been here, Esk? I'm sorry if I haven't noticed you. All Final Fantasy, the only one I played the entire game that way. Completely under the expansion with that class and the box art. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be able to like convince you of like my position on Dark Knight. I like it. I understand that you don't. Maybe next expansion it will be some sort of middle ground for both of us. I don't know. Depends what they do with it. Who knows? Also, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm just playing some Guilty Gear, and we're chatting about Final Fantasy, I guess. Yeah, who knows? I was kind of hoping that with the last FanFest they would show us a job actions video, because we usually get one, but COVID kind of set the team back a lot, so we're probably not going to get a job actions video for a bit. I hope we get one at all, because I would like... Yeah. You were saying?
Hello, I'm back, and also I'm glad we're getting more melee red mage skills, potentially.
Yeah.
It would be nice if you...
I know Keith said that there's like a story bit that hints heavily that we're getting more melee abilities on red mage, and I'm like, yes. No, I haven't. I will someday.
Play that. Just play the part.
I will. But either way, I love red mage. I wanted to have more melee, and then I will be happy.
I imagine that, especially because it's going to be well until it comes out, I'm sure they'll have some additional event where they do the job videos there just to, you know, keep hype going.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's a while.
Yeah. I'm really interested in seeing the new job actions. I really want to try out both the new jobs because they look really fun. I think this is like the first expansion where both the jobs are like, oh, these are cool. And it's not just one or the other.
Sage looks so much fun.
Sage looks very fun.
I want Sage.
I want to be a Gundam.
I always want to be a Gundam, but I could be a cute girl and a Gundam, which is like the perfect setup. That's everything I wanted from Gundam.
Reaper looks really fun. And like a melee Dark Knight that I've always wanted. A melee DPS Dark Knight that I always wanted.
Yeah, Sage Reaper looks neat. I'm definitely gonna lean in to see if I can get like a really cool goth look going on for it if I try it.
Give me back my dots.
I kind of really miss old Summoner as like a dot class. I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten a replacement, like in Green Mage.
Bard.
Like in this house, Scholar was more of a dot class than Summoner was in Heaven's Sword.
I told you before, Don, if you want to play dot class again, Bard is it. Bard is literally plays how Summoner used to.
But I don't like Bard.
Why do you not like Bard? It plays exactly like how Summoner used to.
It's more an aesthetic thing. I don't like bows as a weapon in most cases, I guess. Or I don't like spoony bards as like, as a concept, I guess. Playing one anyway. I like them in games that I like them around. I just don't want to play one. In the same way, I don't want to be the big meaty warrior with the giant axe. It's just like, that's not an aesthetic I want to do.
Oh, that was so close.
Did it? You have no help?
I had literally 1 health, and I only had that much because I had the faultless defense to keep it. Come on, go. Do it.
Do it to it.
There we go. Oh heck, I hadn't touched a fighting game in a bit. And then my nesting partner got Tekken 7, now I want Stride. Strive is really fun. Strive is probably the, if you've never played Guilty Gear before, Strive is probably the best Guilty Gear to start with. They absolutely, like, turn down the difficulty. Ow. Ow.
Okay, cool. So, New Genesis news. We are going to get a stream from the director on July. Wait.
Are they keeping the same director per episode? Have they stopped fucking switching directors and creating a clusterfuck of a mess?
I honestly don't know. I think so, but I do know the guy who is the official quote-unquote navigator of NGS is how they're writing it in this news article. Hiro Arai is going to do a stream on June 29th, when we'll probably find out more about what's coming up, namely probably like the stuff with Braver and the winter update that they added in the zone. That's funny. A bunch of bouncer files just showed up in the patch files.
Oh,
It's looking.
I got greedy.
Oh.
Rematch me. Rematch me. I was like Archer because it's the non-caster that can solo fates. Sees Milia. Do you not like Milia, Nova?
Can't Machina solo stuff a lot from what I understand. Millie has a nice design.
I like Millia's design. I think she's a boring character, but...
Yeah, I know nothing about her as a character. I just know, hey, cute girl. That's it.
You know Lightning? She's depressed Lightning.
Oh.
Basically.
God, Lightning was already depressed to begin with.
Yeah, but like this is Lightning if she tried to commit suicide but couldn't because her hair said no. That's actual lore, by the way.
That is really edgy. That's edgy for Guilty Gear.
She's an OG character. Like, this was a series from the 90s.
I have a version of her outfit and her hair.
Yeah, like I think Millie has a good design. I just think she's just a boring fucking character.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of fighting game characters I will be like, oh, I like them as a visual. I don't know anything about them character-wise.
Ah, be okay. Don't stand next to a down soul. What he really should have done is he should have set up that Oki ring. I don't know Millia's moves names. I just know what Oki is. Every time. Leftovers 90s Edge is a band name. It certainly is a band name. She and Zato have been through the fucking ringer. Development is kind of linked. Oh, good! You gave me my 8th floor back, video game.
Here comes Kai Kisuke to take it back.
Yeah, here comes Kai Kisuke and his friend Nagoriyuki to fucking beat my shit in and back to the 7th floor.
How many floors are there?
11, because after 10th floor is Celestial, where you fight in heaven.
Oh, cool. Wonder what that's like.
Welcome.
Now I just need to win enough to not fucking lose this after like 2 matches. Player who won the most matches today. Someone won 133 matches today.
I can't imagine playing that many matches in a day.
That's how many they won, mind you. That's not how many they played.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just how many they won.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was that most... Hang on. Most matches yesterday. Someone played 1,661 matches yesterday.
Ooh, how?
They just played all day.
I can't imagine doing that.
What is this person doing? Okay, floor 8 Milia. I guess they're not gonna fight me. Is my connection shit or something? Is that what's going on? My connection was fine for like the first week and a half.
Everyone looking at, just going, look at this lag switcher over here.
Are you ready?
Potemkin. Oh, they just gonna. Okay, why? Again, like, is my connection just shit? I can't tell. I don't know how to look at that. Can't be worse than the player that you got within the random pauses. Oh yeah, that Nago? Yeah. GG sells his eyesight for power. GGX finds out he actually sold the rights to his mind too. GGXX is literally dead and being hauled around by a demon who gave him his powers. Yeah, I know that at this point, like, Eddie is in control. They're like, there is no Zato anymore. Revived under mysterious circumstances, both he and the demon regret their choices and are now bros. Oh. Okay, so Zato is back. Is that why he's not called Eddie anymore? Because in Plus R, they actually called him Eddie.
Are you ready?
Why is everyone, like, connecting to me and then immediately leaving?
Are you ready?
I don't understand what's going on here. Do I just have a bad connection?
Are you ready?
It's not like they can't tell by looking at me that I play Soul. Like, if it's Soul that they don't want to deal with, then, like, they don't even have to click on me to see that. Hang on, I'm gonna... How do I check, like, my connection to anything? Maybe restart? I might have to just, like, leave and come back. They were both revived simultaneously. Zato had a lot of time in the underworld, which kind of ravened him, and Eddie just died, so he was a little traumatized. Thus, they decided to chill and be pals. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I've seen the entire Strive story at this point. So I know about the whole, like, they're trying to be better or whatever, but... So wait, hang on. Is the underworld different from the backyard? Gets into contact with Milia and they made up, so now they work together. Okay, this... matches are clearly not going to happen. I don't know what's going on. It might be best if I just end the stream here. I've already been going on for 3 hours anyway, and I didn't even intend to play this long. But thank you everybody for coming. Thank you Wordsy for the raid. Thank you everybody who came from Wordsy's raid. I'm probably just gonna keep playing Guilty Gear. I don't know if I'll stream more near. I might just play it in my off time from now on. I don't know. I know it's like, it's my stream, and I really shouldn't give a shit whether or not, like, I get numbers from certain games or other games, but... are you playing it on PC? I'm not playing. This is PS4. Is PS4 known for having issues or something? I mean, like, my internet service provider is garbage. Like, I don't have, like, the worst, but... like... My internet's my provider is fucking Spectrum, and Spectrum is known for just being completely fucking iffy at all times. You die when you go to the backyard. Oh, okay. I thought the backyard was like another plane of existence. Ketsumat, yeah. Ketsamate. Yeah. Oofs. Oof is fucking right when it comes to Spectrum. They are just, ugh. If I could upgrade, I probably would. But I know that Verizon does not come out here. I haven't really checked Comcast, but I have not had good experiences with Comcast in the past. Yeah, destroy ISPs. The internet should just be, like, free. It should just be, like, a human right. It's so necessary in the modern day. Like, to not have the internet in the modern day is, like, is such a goddamn hamper on your existence. That is true. I have acknowledged that, like, I don't have the worst internet. My friend Maddie actually has some pretty terrible internet, and it's the only one available to them, which sucks, and I feel bad for them, but right now they can't really do anything about it. It wouldn't be if more basic needs were met for free. That's true. Getting a job absolutely requires it in some cases. Yeah, like some jobs require you to have access to the internet at all times. You know, it's like smartphones too. Like, I literally can't do my current job if I don't have my smartphone. Mainly because they haven't given me my work phone. Still. It's been like 2 months and I still don't have it.
I forgot you were waiting for that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe so did your boss.
I think, you know, I don't think my manager is a bad person. I just think he's an incredibly incompetent manager. He literally can't remember anything. Literally cannot remember anything. Even stuff that he tells me. Like, I was having an issue. So, for those of you who don't know, which is probably a lot of you, my current job is, I am a remote repair technician for, like, phones. So my job basically amounts to, I drive to your house, I replace your phone screen, I call it a day. So
I eat your chips.
So basically, when I start my day, I take parts from a store, and then I transfer them to my truck, and then I drive around, and I fix people's phones, and I transfer them back if I don't use them. If I do use them, then I just have to do a different thing, and I bring them back to the store. I had a fuck ton of parts. I had been working for like 10 hours this one day, and I came back to the store, and the label printer was not working at all. There was no notice from the store workers, nothing. It was just not working. And after like 25 minutes of troubleshooting, I get in contact with my manager, I tell him the situation, and he's like, okay, you work tomorrow, right? And I say, yeah. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna meet you here at 12. Meet me here at 12, and we'll get this sorted out before you start your shift. And I was like, that's fine. I come in like 10 minutes early, because I always come in like 10 minutes early, and he's just not there. And the other truck driver shows up, and I ask him, and I ask all the people in the store, I'm like, hey, have you guys seen the manager? And they're like, nope. No, he hasn't shown up. Was he supposed to show up? Yes, he was supposed to show up. And he didn't show up. Code just started streaming. We could raid. I forget how to raid. Please teach me how to raid. I forget. teach me how to raid Shadow Legends. / raid. / raid. Do I have to put a space? Is it like / raid space code channel? Okay. Code channel. Alright, here we go. I haven't done this in like 6 months. I'm gonna fuck it up. Let's go. What's raid phrase? Fuck. I don't know. Just,
Heaven or hell.
Heaven or hell, yeah. Just say heaven or hell. I don't know.
There you go.
I can't actually see code stream, so I can't tell what's going on. I don't even know if anybody can see my stream.
I could see your stream.
My stream's still going?
I don't think. I mean, it moved me over to the other stream. So I have no clue if yours is still. No, here, let's find out. I attempt to go to your stream. Okay, it brings up code channel. 'Cause you're
Okay.